Hello, this is the first video of the segments I'm going to call Redstone Circuitry. These will be all different electrical concepts that I have developed when I was going through my electrical program in college. I was in college for electrician, or electrical, and learning how the wiring setups work, gates and all that, and I realized it all applies to Minecraft. So I started developing. I'm that type of person. I get all my work done in class while the teacher's talking. So I had plenty of time where other people were doing their homework and I had nothing to do. So I started developing, not developing, incorporating the concepts into Minecraft to see which ones apply. And they all apply perfectly, exactly how they should be. First thing I'm going to show you is, I'm not going to show you too much basic redstone stuff. There's a lot of redstone beginner tutorials out there. And the Minecraft Wikipedia page has a very good beginner redstone page that explains a lot of the beginnings of this. I'm just going to roughly go over the things that you need to know to understand my video. Pretty much what this video is going to show you, I am showing you how to turn this button and have the same effect as a switch. So right now, buttons can only do this. Right? That's the most that they can do. And you can tell that that's straight to the light. There's no wiring involved in that. That's just how the button works. Switches, again, straight to the light. So this is just how switches work, on and off. But I'm going to show you how to wire a button. It's a little bit complicated. Now you can see I did something there. I'm going to show you how to wire the button so it has the same effect on the output as a switch would. Essentially, I'm going to show you how to wire an on-off button, like on a computer or something. To on, and the same button to turn it off. Now, that's actually a lot more complicated than you might think. You need to involve what's called an AND gate. This is an AND gate. That's an OR gate. I only did these just to show you. Like I said, Minecraft Wikipedia page has a whole page about different gates. There's this technically is not an AND gate. This technically is an AND OR gate. So, that's the AND gate. This isn't technically an OR gate, it's an AND OR gate. A real OR gate would have, has to be one or the other. It can't be both, and mine, it can be both. So, I have made an AND OR gate. I just did not care to make an OR gate right now because you say that one or that one or both. But I didn't care to make an OR gate right now. It's a little bit more complicated and it just doesn't apply, so there's just no point. Right now the only thing you really need to know is the concept of the AND gate. This is the setup. Here's one input, that's input 2. So essentially, the output, which is that light over there, will not be powered until input 1 and input 2 are both powered, and then the output gets powered, and either one will shut them off. So you could have this for a two-way switch. Have the one on the ends, like have a door there. And if this is outside, let's say, so the door's closed, so you're coming in, open the door, go through, and close the door. Open door, close door. So that's one thing you can do that for. But this is just to show you what, I'm only showing you this because you do need the AND gate. You can see it over there. The torches there. You do need that in order to make this work. That is how it has to. So the first thing I'm going to show you, I have nothing else here. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to get that button to stay on. That's the very first thing you need to know. And in electrical, they call that a seal-in circuit. So let's rebuild all this over here. Here's our button. I condensed that a lot, compacted it, and in doing so I made it a little complicated, and I had to figure out the proper timing. So I'm going to extend this so I don't have to worry about that during the video. But here's the idea essentially. So let's have it go. We're gonna have it split off from here. So now we have our button line. The seal-in circuit is exactly what it sounds. It seals the electricity in. So it brings the power from this button and it goes through here. It splits there, but this travels through here and it turns here, and we want to bring it all the way back and connect it back here. The reason why I place these all over the place is, again, the Minecraft Wikipedia page has all the information you need to know, but I'll just show you quickly. This can only be powered one way. It cannot receive power the other way, so I use it as a safety. So that way, I'll show you exactly what would happen if I didn't put that there. If you don't put this one here, then you can see what happens. Then it does not work because this is hooked up. This is connected to the seal-in circuit now, and this will not be powered off. So there. So you have that to stop it from coming back on itself. So this gets its normal button. So here's our button line, and here's our seal-in circuit. So we have our button line turn off like normal, and then our seal-in circuit brings the power around, back to here, and back around, and keeps going around and around, and it just won't stop. So, now, you saw me break it before. That's how you stop it. You break the current. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can have a piston here and have that there, break a hole and have that go like that, so it covers it up. There's, like I said, there's the two ways you can do it. So now when you power this, it cuts off the circuit. Or you can, to condense it a little bit more, and that's one of the things that I had done, to condense it a little bit more, you can actually power or send power through a block, and that will receive it. It won't work without that. I'll show you. It will not work without that. You need that. See? You need this thing here to take the power out of the block. So now that block is the connection for your seal-in circuit. So as soon as you move that with your piston, and you can push it in because you have the space for it to go right there, then it breaks the circuit and shuts it off. So I'll show you what I mean. Here's our seal-in circuit. Let's have our input with our light. So our light is on, and then we'll have over here, for now, just to show you an idea, we're going to have an off button right now. And there's our off button. So right now, here's our on button. We have it sealed in so it stays on, and here's our off button. Pretty cool. But like I said, I was trying to make a computer system, and I wanted to make it like a real computer. And I thought, you know, you don't turn to your Xbox or your computer or even your TV, and you don't press this button and then go all over to another button to turn it off. No, you just don't. There's one power button. So imagine this was your TV, and there's one power button. It's on, and then you turn it off. And that's your power button. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to figure out how to make a power button instead of two separate buttons to control the on-off position. This is where the AND gate comes into play, and this is where it actually can get a little bit more complicated, because you gotta throw in the timing perfectly, and you gotta make sure you don't throw the timing off on the wrong spot. So, first I'll show you. We'll have the AND gate made over here. So one of them is powered by a sealant circuit, and we'll turn off that input, or we'll activate that input, and this one will be activated by the original button line. So pretty much what that does, let me just finish this gate before I explain too much here. So pretty much what this does is, because they're both, this one line that is controlling the output is being powered by both this and that, then both this needs to be shut off and that needs to be shut off in order to move that. So that's how we make our little AND gate. Now here's where the timing comes into play, because as if we hit it right now, it's gonna fuck up our whole system. Watch. And it actually didn't change anything about the button. If anything, it made it get off quicker, right? So that's not... This is why you have to throw the timing in. And like I said, you gotta be very careful on where you throw the delays in, because I know you're probably thinking, oh, we'll just delay this one, right? Well, it won't work that way. I'll show you exactly why. Let's delay this line, so this line doesn't hit on the same time. But it'll still hit, because the sealant circuit stays on. So it doesn't matter how slow this is, this one is going to stay powered off, so the moment that comes here, it'll complete the circuit, and that's not what we want. So, the delay cannot go on this line. You want the delay to be on the sealant circuit line, so by the time the sealant circuit shuts off this torch, this has already gone through. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so, but here's the other issue. Again, you cannot delay this, because it'll delay everything. You cannot delay this, because you cannot put any delays within the sealant circuit. Again, I'll show you exactly why it messes up the whole system. Oh, I didn't, not enough delay. Okay, watch what happens here. It's gonna get caught in a loop. See? So now we have this flashing light that's caught in a loop, that no matter if you press this button, everything's just caught in a loop. So you cannot put the delay on the sealant circuit. Alright, so I know where to put the delay. I'm explaining to you why you have to put the delay right here. And I'm just explaining to you why it has to be here and nowhere else. So I explained to you why it couldn't be there, because it wouldn't work. And I already showed you why it couldn't be part of the sealant circuit, because, you know, then the sealant circuit wouldn't work properly. It glitches out, like you saw. It gets stuck in a loop on itself. So you put the delay after the seal-in circuit on its way to the torch. I know it's not that complicated, but I did want to explain why it had to be that way. So let's throw these delays on there. So the seal-in circuit gets activated, and the cool thing about this is because all the delays are after the seal-in circuit, our light will not be delayed. Our light will still turn on right away. Then the seal-in circuit goes. You see how only one is off and one is on, see? So pretty much what I just did was I put the delay on here so long that it gives the button line enough time to completely work its way through, and before the seal-in circuit powers input 1. See? Now, because input 1 is already powered and stays powered, now we press the button again to send another pulse down the button line, and it will shut it off. So there it is. Let's surround it up so it looks cooler so you don't see all the wiring. There it is. There's our power button that controls our light. And like I said, this is just a concept that I was showing you. You could do the same idea with multiple different stuff. You could have a pressure plate and a door, or a button and a door, I guess. You could have a pressure plate and a door. So when you step on the pressure plate, it opens the door. You walk through. What? Oh yeah. So you step on the pressure plate, the door opens. It stays open until you come back and step on the pressure plate. Walk over the pressure plate, door opens for you. You'll do whatever you need to do in here, and as you leave, step over the pressure plate and it closes for you. So you could do that. You could also have see another concept or another idea that you can do quickly is a button with the door, but you can actually put, if you, I'll just show it to you. Here's our door, and now I'm going to wire in another button, but it's going to connect to there. Oops. So this goes down like that, so now we can be able to go, no, it needs to go down one more. So now we should be able to go right across the top there without cutting off the power. And it actually doesn't need to be connected to the block because the block will power it anyway as long as it's there. So now you have both buttons hooked up to the same line. Oh, and you press one, opens your door, you walk through the door, press the other one, and it closes the door. And now it's reset, so you can press this button to open the door, walk through, and press this button to close the door. So you can do this for different things. If you're trying to build a computer, or even if you want some sort of TV. Want some sort of TV, or some sort of TV that you can power on and pretend like you have TV on, and then you can power it off. Or, like I said, use it for a door. So you could actually, let's close this up just to make it look a little bit cooler. Whoops. Cats, sorry. Okay. So let's close this up just to make it look a bit cooler. Whoops. So you're over here, press the button, opens up, come over here, press the button, it closes. Press the button, it opens. Ah, I pressed it too quickly. Hey. And it closes. So there you go, there's our on-off button, power button, whatever you want to call it. I call it the power button, but you could also call it an on-off button. Like I said, it does work with pressure plates, but the problem with the pressure plate is, as you saw, if you stand on it too long, then the delay doesn't even apply because this stayed too long, and it will close the door right away. So you just got to run right over the pressure plate. I'll just show you. If you stand right on it, it'll shut itself off. So that's why you just got to run right over it, get right off, and it will act as the same button line. Next time you step on it, it'll work. It does not work with switches, of course, because switches are not temporary power. This is only a way to keep temporary power. And yeah, so I hope I hope this helps. I hope that has allowed you to understand a little bit more about gates. I hope you were able to understand how to make this on-off button. It is not that complicated. As soon as you understand, like, see, I condensed it quite a bit, but as soon as you understand the seal-in circuit, and then you understand how to power the off section to the seal-in circuit to shut it off, and then if you're able to understand the AND gate, then all you really do is to combine the seal-in circuit with the AND gate and make the output of the AND gate the same line that your off button was on, and you have an on-off button, power button. So there you go. Enjoy. I would really much like to see what you guys are able to do with this. If someone is working on a computer and is able to use and wants to use the on-off button, I would be very much interested to see what you come up with. I would also be interested to see if anyone has been able to tweak this in any way to change the outcome. Maybe if you hook it up to a piston for some reason, you could do something with that. I don't know. It's an idea. So I'm just showing you the concept of the on-off power button, and you do with it what you wish. Like you said, you can always wire more buttons to it. And the good thing about this design, this one that I made for you guys, that is extended, you could technically have any amount of buttons connected to this line right here. So we'd have this button would work, this button would work, and it would also turn it on, that button would shut it off. There, it's all, yeah, I hit it too early, that's why. Every single one of these is connected to the same line and will react the same way. So like I said, you gotta have a door in between, hit one, opens the door, run through, and close the door. Whatever you want to do. And it resets so you don't have to open it from the inside. Next person who comes, like it's great for online multiplayer. Next person coming behind you, press the button to open the door. Or as opposed to the switches, it would lock the door from the inside. So this way you can have without having a pressure plate, do the door concept, so you don't, because otherwise if you had a pressure plate right in front of the door, for example, to open the door, and then you can have another pressure plate here to walk through, right? But then any creature, any animal can just wander in, and villagers know how to use doors, they know how to open doors, so you don't really want that. And the other thing is they don't know how to press buttons, and they cannot open iron doors. So this would actually allow you to make a place in a multiplayer online world that villagers could not get into, but was very easy for you to get in. And when you close the door, someone can come behind you and come again. And it can happen as much as you want. You can leave the same way. Like I said, villagers will never be able to get in there. So there you go. There's that. And there's many different things you can use AND gates for, and OR gates, and this is my AND OR gate. So this one or that one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know if it's been of help, or if there's anything you don't understand. I'll try better to explain. I am going to show you, the next thing I'm going to show you in Redstone Circuitry, I'll tell you right now actually, is, it's not in here, no. But the next thing I'm going to show you in Redstone Circuitry is going to be how to make a password protected door. Have a password protected door. So the pressure plate, or this button would open the door, but then you would have password 1, 2, and 3, and then you could open the door, and I'll show you how to wire in the control room so you can actually change the password. So you go through the door, you go into the control room, and then you'll be able to change the passwords. You can set it up so it's 2 and 3. So you can come, and if you hit 1, then it won't work. If you hit 2, it won't work. So you gotta hit 2 and 3 and try again. And then it'll work, and then you go through. It uses all these concepts, so that's why it's going to be next. This was the first one, the on-off button, because it actually does use the same kind of concept as the on-off button, sealing circuits and gates and all that stuff. So that was more simple. That's why I explained it first. This one, a little bit more complicated. And but yeah, that will be my next video, a password protected door / security system that you can change the password. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.